everybody, Jay and Manion here at the MPC Photo Gym doing 2023 Road to the Pittsburgh Pro with IFBB Pro Bikini.
Nicole Hermanson.
How you doing, Nicole?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Not really, because she doesn't like the weather, because she's from Florida, so she's a little bit wimpy today.
Honestly, today is a good day. The second snow would fall down, I would be out. I would be back in Florida on the beach. So it's been a really nice day here.
All right, so Nicole, first time here, first time doing the Pittsburgh Pro. Let's give people background on you. Okay, how did you get into weight training?
Wow. So when I was 19, which feels like a century ago.
It's not.
I was doing sports in high school. I was in volleyball and soccer. And once that had ended, I was missing that competition feel. I had a friend at the gym who had mentioned competing to me, and I was interested. I was like, cool, it's something that I can be competitive in, and it felt like something that involved modeling, so something that was kind of around my alley. And I did my first show when I was 19, and 10 years ago now. So it's just...
So you just told everybody how old you are.
I did. I'm 29. I'm going to be 29 for the next 5 years, though, so it's okay.
You mean 5, like 10.
Yeah, exactly. But it was honestly, it was a blessing because I've had the NPC, and IFBB now in my life for the past 10 years, and just to see it grow and to grow as an athlete. And, I would never think I would be here today doing an interview. It's just really cool to see how far I've come in the sport. Okay.
So did you do modeling?
I did actually when I was in high school. It's so funny because I was just telling the story to someone out in the gym. When I was younger, I was told all the time that it was just, you need to lose muscle, you need to shrink. We don't want to see those in editorial shots. And I always felt really like my self-esteem was super low because it was never going to be good enough for modeling.
Now you're a fitness model.
And now I'm a fitness model, and now we have Instagram and all these great things that help us get exposed and influence. And I'm really happy that I found competing because I used what I was given from weight training and sports and used that to my benefit. So it's that's how I got into it.
So you notice she said she played soccer. So she had told me that before, and I asked her why she chose bikini and not wellness, but wellness wasn't around then.
Yeah, no, if I'm telling you, I would have loved wellness maybe 10 years ago. I have so much respect for those girls. It's not just a off-season body. It is hard work. It is a lot of muscle to be gained, and it's really impressive to see that all come together for you guys, the NPC and the IFBB.
Okay, so Nicole, tell everybody where you turned pro.
I turned pro nationals 2019. Yeah, so not that long ago. Well, feels like a century ago because the world was going to end, but I'm happy that didn't happen. It was right in my backyard in Miami. It was an awesome show. Amazing.
I like the fact you didn't call it Miami Nationals because it was never Miami Nationals.
No, I made sure to separate those. I learned that right away. No, it was definitely... I got second there, and I was thrilled. I did take a lot of time off after that.
Do you remember who took first?
Ariana Brothers, I believe her name was. She actually took the overall. She's great. I heard she's making a comeback, so I can't wait to see her back on stage.
She's looking for a rematch sometime?
I would love a rematch. You love rematches. I would love that. I would honestly love to just see her and see how far she's come in this off season. Honestly, I've made so many friends through shows that I feel like Instagram is how we all converse, but then we see each other in person. It's just so special. Yeah.
No, I like rematches because you get a chance. I know you're saying it because I just said it with Lily the other day, right? Because you're friends with her.
Yes. No, rematch. I honestly, I hope I go into Pittsburgh like, okay, I got to get a rematch from this person and, have this whole year just be something epic.
Well, listen, I always tell everybody, I said, listen, I'm very happy you're here because I know doing the Pittsburgh Pro and, like you said, the New York Pro can be intimidating.
Yeah. It's I honestly never thought I would really see myself doing those shows. I feel like I'm kind of very introverted, where it's I'm shy. I don't want to be in a stage with surrounded by people that I might be inspired by. But this year I definitely want to make moves. Life is about leveling up every show. It should be, and in every stage of your life. So this is what kind of ultimately made the decision for me. And also shout out to Coach Paul, because he said, you are without a doubt doing this. There's no backing away from it. So,
So getting into this, did this help you with not being so introverted because you're going out up in a bikini in front of hundreds of people?
Yeah. I mean, at 19, back then there wasn't resources like how there is now. So going on stage back then, even in high school, I was one that in gym class, I would be the only one changing in the bathroom. Like I was very nervous, around people and shy, and going into shows, that was translated through sitting in the corner and have my headphones on, not talking to anyone. Almost like I'm ready for like a UFC match. Like I'm like,
so you're ready for a rematch.
Yeah, I'm rematched with the stage at this point. But really, it's just a matter of now. Like I look forward to going and meeting people, and every show is just, I follow people and I see how far they've come. So it's really just a really cool community. So yes, I have gotten out of that a bit, for sure.
So I ended up photographing, that was your pro debut in Atlanta, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And that's your only pro show at this point?
Yeah, I definitely knew I needed time to grow. I was humbled. I definitely went onto the IFBB stage underestimating how different it is, how much you have to put into the presence, the posing. It's not a matter of you get to the IFBB and you just stop. And, you have to continue to level up and be better and be the best for that division. And over time, bikini has changed in the 10 years that I've competed. So I definitely knew what the standard was, and I was going to do whatever it took, which meant a year off, a year and a half soon, and just to be the best that I could bring for the stage.
And so if you go look up her pictures on NBC News Online, she is a blondie in those.
I've probably been every hair color. I mean, I have bangs right now, but I was like, I'm not going to, you knew me as a blonde, so I wasn't going to come in with bangs and brown hair, but yes.
Well, then when I went and looked at your Instagram page afterwards, I go, oh, now she's a brunette. We'll see what she shows up here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. I'll keep going.
It's not unusual that it could have been back to blonde.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? I might just one day you're gonna be like, who is that? But yes, we will stay brown for Pittsburgh. But who knows about the rest this year?
Well, I would say just if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
So just stay brunette.
Right. Okay. You got the blessing on the brunette.
There you go. I'm surrounded by them, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's my natural hair color. So really, I think the early 20s, it was, let's be blonde. And then now it's like, all right, we're older, we're serious. So yeah, brown for this year, for sure.
I love how she's acting like she's so old.
I know. I just had a birthday, that's why.
And that was when?
I was in March, so it was, now it's April. Wow, it's about to be May. So yeah, I've been 29 for a couple months now.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with celebrating. I usually celebrate my birthday for like 6 weeks.
I told my boyfriend, I was like, it's a month celebration. It starts the first
month minimum, right?
A minimum, yes. I am a huge birthday girl, so.
Well, that's good. That's good. So he's good with you competing and everything?
Yeah, he's super supportive. We have very different types of training that we're into. He does more of the unconventional functional training, which is steel maces, kettlebells, all of that world, which is super epic to me and something that I hope to eventually bring into bodybuilding, because I do think there are tools that people can use at home, that don't have access to a gym, things that can benefit us as competitors. And then he sees me measuring out my food in the kitchen every night, and he just respects the heck out of that. So we definitely have a good support system for each other.
I think 2020 forced people to make adjustments in how they train because they couldn't go to most gyms because they were closed.
Oh yeah, I had purchased the mirror, like the one that's interactive. It's like a Lululemon thing. Someone might know what it is, but it's
not from a fun house.
No, it's literally a mirror, but then it teaches classes. So I was living in Fort Lauderdale at the time, and I was just crushing it. Every night I had that. I had a Peloton. It was, and then eventually I got bored of it. But I was in Florida. So Florida was, fortunately, things, stayed open for a while and opened up quickly after everything. So, yeah.
Okay, so how did you get hooked up with Paul?
Paul, so...
The way you said that, uh-oh.
I don't know if he told you, but he was actually on a bachelor's trip in Key West a couple years ago. I don't know if he'll be mad that I'm telling the story, but he was doing like cornhole or something at this hotel, and I saw him, and I was like, I think I follow him. I think he's like a coach. And I had a couple of my girlfriends, and I went over and I was like, are you, pro physique? And he was like, oh my God, yeah. And he was like, so about talking about competing and about just like he had been, knew of who I was, and from there started watching over my journey. And I've always been kind of a hard ass when it comes to wanting to be the star of the show and being just, the only bikini competitor and not really being on teams. And for me, I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready to join something bigger than myself, and where I can have a support system of girls when it comes to bikinis, when it comes to makeup and hair and everything. And he was my first thought. And we've been doing awesome. He's taken a lot of time with me, which I appreciated. And when we got to the point after off season, he was like, you're ready. Let's start prep. And again, he's the one that is bringing me to Pittsburgh. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
I see a little theme here. You think people don't know who you are, because she thought I would have no clue who she was. And actually, Paul didn't either.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of your proudest moments because you knew exactly who I was, and that was really special. So thank you.
Yeah, but I only knew her as a blondie then.
Yeah, again, the blonde.
But the fact that I was able to tell them where you placed, and Paul was like, oh, geez. And even Lauralee was like, oh yeah, that's her. I
barely remember that. That was like, it's impressive.
I said, because I photographed her in Atlanta, like just in my head, it just popped in there.
It's really impressive, honestly. But names, I would be terrible at. Faces, okay, but names is the worst.
All right. So you have your plan for this year. So Pittsburgh, and you said potentially New York, but we're going to say you're going to do New York, right?
We'll see.
Big Steve's on the judging panel.
Big Steve is on the judging panel.
Steve, bring a contract for her.
Please. Contract. After that, I'll probably do Miami, though, since it's right around my backyard.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, now we got a bright line that could just shoot over, shoot back home, and then after that, we'll see. I want to get feedback on this show, which is why I'm so blessed to be here, and see what's needed. Is it time to grow? Do I need to...
Well, with the Olympia right in your backyard almost this year.
Yeah, I mean, I love a good Vegas trip. But being in the backyard is great, and both work just as perfectly. Just to be on the stage would be an honor. I never really thought I would get this far as it is, so I'm really just feeling positive and definitely a lot of gratitude for the IFBB.
So let's just speak it into New York. We're going to see you on the Olympia stage at the end of this year in Orlando.
I sure hope so.
I need you to say it.
Oh, you will see me. Yes. Norda just said, yes, I will be there on stage.
Being there and being on stage are two different things. So make sure you say it right.
It's funny. Yeah, I've actually been on stage and I've handed out trophies before for Olympia and Arnold. So it'd be really cool to be there as a competitor this time and not just working. So yes, I hope that will happen.
Okay. And where do you train down there in Florida?
I'm the girl who has 5 gym memberships. I go to Lifetime. I just canceled my LA Fitness. I'm super happy about that. But my boyfriend and I actually own a gym in Delray Beach. It is called Atlas Fitness and Performance. So it's just a really exclusive membership only gym, primarily personal training, but I get a lot of really good sessions in there because of the quality of equipment and just, it being private. It's nice.
So it's like here.
Yeah, it actually reminds me a lot of here. Yeah, it's a home away from home. So I might as well just move my bags in for the next 2 weeks and stay here.
All right. Is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to while we're here?
Oh, shout out to my parents. Love y'all. And then Paul, of course, thank you for getting my courage up, and excited to see what we do in 2 weeks. And then my amazing boyfriend, and just the IFBB, and just all my friends that have been so supportive through this journey. Again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens this year.
All right, so if you want to see Nicole, come to the Pittsburgh Pro. It's the 12th and the 13th of May, and bikini is all on. Actually, you're all on Friday this year. So, yes. Yeah, last year was split. They did bikini both days, but this year they're doing, oh no, yeah, you're 2 days this year. Last year was wellness 2 days. So now bikini is 2 days, that's right.
You're testing me.
That was it. I just had a minor misstep there. But yeah, they put wellness on one day this year. And so bikini will be the prejudging on Friday, the finals on Saturday. And if you can't make it, we are going to have a pay-per-view, so you can watch that way. But it's better in person to come, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the weather's great here. Yeah.
It will be at that point.
I mean, today, I can't get over it. I'm going to go run outside after. We might have to film the workout outside, not at the NPC gym.
All right. Well, J.M. Manion.
Nicole Hermanson.
Signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com, and we look forward to seeing you in Pittsburgh. Good.